Grow a backbone.
That is precisely something you do not want to yell at border czar Tom Homan. So some genius decided it was a good idea to heckle Tom Homan, the border czar, at a UT El Paso TPUSA event. Now, if you're not familiar with Tom Homan, he has spearheaded the effort in shutting down the border, fixing our border crisis, and he's done a hell of a job. Now, he was only a couple minutes into his speech before this heckler decided to start yelling at him and trying to interrupt the whole speech. He was yelling things like, "You're a racist, you're destroying the Constitution." And as we can all imagine, it did not end well for the heckler. In typical Tom Homan fashion, with ice in his veins, replied back, "You grow a backbone. You put on a Kevlar vest and go put a gun on your hip and secure the border." To which the heckler fell silent. He fired back and said, quote, "I had one when I put a badge on. When other people were signing letters, I was wearing a gun and arresting predators." He then went on to say, under Trump, we averaged about 106 illegal crossings a day. Under Biden, at its peak, 12,000 a day. And if you've been following the border crisis like I have, I'm from Texas, so we see a lot of the border issues making their way up to where I personally live. So I'm fully aware of how bad the border crisis actually was. And I'll say this unequivocally, Tom Homan and the Trump administration have completely turned the border crisis around. And ICE enforcement has just been top tier. And I don't care that the liberals are saying, oh, they're deporting people that shouldn't be deported. You're just arresting American citizens. Of course, it's all hyperbole and it's all BS that the liberals just want to tug at our heartstrings to make us feel bad for upholding the law. And to that, I'll say you don't live in a city that's overrun with illegal aliens that are taking advantage of our system, our tax dollars, and taking money out of our pockets. So huge congratulations to Tom Homan and his efforts to help fix this border crisis. I still think we got a long way to go in putting down some legislation that makes sure that this border crisis doesn't happen again. But I think doing the grunt work and actually stopping the inflow of the illegals has been a wild success. So congrats to Tom Homan and his efforts. So let me know how you feel about this immigration issue in the comments. Is Tom Homan, is he nailing it? Is there room to improve? I'd like to hear it. So let me know how you feel about the whole situation in the comments.